狼丘的
The
未
future
来
of Langqiu is now
就
in your
交在各位
hands.
手上了。
All right, leave it to us.
那我们就先出发了。
Then we'll set off now.
稍后见，苏
See
倩。
you later, Song
恩小姐也
Jue.
是。
And you, Miss Lantern.
师傅，
Master, before
在
Miss
灯姐和
Lantern
咱
and I
出发之
depart,
前，咱可以单独
can I ask you another question
再
in
请教你一
private?
件事吗？
Later, at the heart of Langqiu,
奇怪，那是
what's that?
啊，
A
一
dog?
条狗。如你所说，
Obviously.
显而易见。不，
No,
我
I
是说
mean,，
它看
it
起
looks
来
like
就是一
an
条普
ordinary
通的狗
dog.
的确，
Yeah.
这里为什么会有
Why
普
is an
通的狗？
ordinary dog here?
别怕，别
Don't be
怕，
afraid.
我们不会
We
伤害
won't
你
hurt
的。
you.
你是从
Did you
火
get
鸡出
lost
来以
after
后迷
coming
路
out
了
of
吗？
Amber Street?
这里很危
This
险，
place is
到
dangerous.
你该去的地
You
方
should go
吧。
back to where you're supposed to go.
别担心，
Don't worry,
笼罩在
the
狼丘
shadow
上空的
looming
阴
over
影
Langqiu
也
will
很快
soon
就要散去。
dissipate.
真奇
How
怪，
strange.
总
This
觉
dog
得
looks familiar.
这条狗有种熟悉的感觉，外表也有
Its
点眼熟。
appearance is somewhat
它
familiar
总不是
too.
多尼格尔的亲戚吧？
Could it be a
假
relative of
如
Duonigue?
它有亲戚，
If it even has
如果这就是你
relatives.
用来活跃气氛
If
的笑
that's a
话，
joke to
那
lighten
它
the
还挺不
mood,
好笑的。
it's not very
算
funny.
不坏，
Could it be?
那是，
That is?
这是
Is this
那个利托斯特的
Lito's?
这种插在地上的感觉，
This feeling of
简直
being
就像
planted in the ground is like
生即
life
为
is
生，
life and death is
死
death.
即为死。
Between life and death, there used to be a clear
生死之间，
distinction that couldn't be crossed.
原本泾渭分明，不可逾越，唯因危急的存
Fear
在，
gathering
让
blurs the
犹豫
boundary
无生
between
与死的界
existence
限
and
变
non-existence,
得含混不
between
清。
life and
然
death.
而，
However,
如若已
if
然灭绝
something
之
that's
物
already
去而
been
复返，
extinguished
它
returns, will it be
还会与旧时的
indistinguishable
真
from the
实
truth of the past?
一般无二吗？
At the same location a while ago.
结束。
It's done. Yeah, it's all over.
都结束了，已经够了。
That's enough. I've
我已
gotten what I
经得到了
wanted.
我想要的，
Let it end like this.
就这样吧。
At that moment, perception felt a very peculiar sensation. She suddenly realized that she couldn't sense Duonigue's fear anymore. It was as if desire and fear had completely detached from it in the blink of an eye. This made her, for the first time ever, feel a sense of curiosity.
为什么？
Why?
你应该知道我
You
们的
should
力
know
量
the
差
difference
距，
between our
你
powers,
应该知道我
and you
们
should
走
know
完
that
几
no
步无
matter
法
what you
撼动
do,
我。
you can't shake my existence.
但你还是那样做，
Yet, you still did it,
就为了
just to
找死。
seek death. What's wrong? Can I enjoy seeking death?
就是喜欢找
I'll
死
do what I
行吗
want. What's it
想
to
做
you?
什么就做什么，和你有什么关系？
If you can't stand me, then find a place to end
你就找
yourself.
个地方弄死自己。
Come on, according to your
按
rule,
照你的规则，
since I've already
既
made
然
a
我已经
wish to
向你
you,
许下了愿
it's your
望，
turn to respond.
接下来该你做出答复了。
好吧，
Alright then,
如你
as you
所愿，
wish.
你会化作
You
我的
become my
养分，
nourishment
与
and
我
merge
成为
with
一体。
me. You'll live
你将
forever
会永远的
and
活
then
着，
die.
并且死去。
不久之后，
Soon,
你
everything
眼前
before
的一
you
切
will no
都
longer
将不复存
exist,
在。
or
或者
rather,
说，
no longer
大为不
exists
同，
as it does
如同你
now.
所知道的那样，
As you know,
这里
this
只有
place
进
can
入
only
毁
be
灭才有
risen
可
through
能
destruction.
从废园中升起，然后
And then you
你才
can
能死得
die
其所。
where you belong.
看到了吗？
See that,
李
Litos?
是我
I
赢
won.
了。你的
Your
名字
name will
将
be
被抹
erased
去，
in the shadows
在
where
这毁
destruction
灭
and
与新
rebirth
生交织的
intertwine.
暗影中安息
Rest
吧，
in peace,
李托
Litos.
斯特。这就是我对你
That's
的
the curse
诅
of
咒。
place upon you.
真遗憾，
Too
多尼
bad,
克，
Duonigue. Even if you
即便
discard
摒
your
弃恐
fear,
惧，
your instinct as
你
my
作为我制造
creation
物的本
cannot be
依然无
eliminated.
法剔除。我们之间的
Our
较量尚
contest
不定。
remains undecided. Until
在此
then,
之前，世界
it's
的
my
主人
turn to be the master of the world.
轮到我了。
Now,
只剩下了武器。
all that's left is the
李
weapon.
托斯特，
Litos,
他究竟
what happened to him? You look back. The path you came from was silent, with no traces of anyone passing through. Certainly no dog either. Litos, he...
正如当初
Just
所
as
料，
expected,
你
you
的
can
确
be
可以被
labeled
称为
as something that would destroy everything.
尽管于另一个
Even
我
to
而
the
言，
other me,
这一切
all
早
this
已再
had
无
long
意义。
become meaningless.
即便死而
Even
复
if I were
生，
to come back
能
from
人
the
所不
dead
能，
to achieve
我
the
也绝非你的
impossible,
敌手。
I am no
甚
match
至
for you.
无力
In
获得
fact, I
多尼
can't
格尔
even
周
protect
旋，
Duonigue.
但正因
But
不
it's
愿屈身
precisely
于可行
because
之
we're
事，
not willing to do
诱
what can
惑
be
应
done
行之
or what
事，
should be done,
树才得以
Shoes
基督之
managed to
境。
exist till this day. Even the dead shrew is no different.
一以贯之，
Even if our lifelong
纵使
wish
平
will
生
never be
夙愿，
fulfilled, 将
会因此幻灭无存。
we must end our
我们也
destinies
必当
for a
缘
new
起，
destiny to begin here.
于此缘起之地。
Following the traces of battle, all of you step into the source of the Pool of Shadows. Like how he sacrificed himself to transform into the Pool of Shadows, this time, Litos used his death to pave the way to this final battlefield. The desolate island that once hung in the sky had already been taken over by shadows. And now, the girl manifested by the Well of Shadow took on the most familiar appearance, smirking as she looked at all of you. Oh, you're here.
从多尼戈尔
From
到利
Duonigue
托
to
斯特
Litos,
再到你，
and now you. How uninteresting.
松雀
Where's Songque? Isn't she coming? Keep silent,
保
huh?
持沉默，
How heartless of you.
大家还真是无情。就没有考虑过
Have you never
我是
considered
善
the
神的可能性？
possibility of me being a good deity?
如果刚才跑回琥珀
If
机
the
的那
dog
头
that ran
就
back
是
to
被
Amber
夺取的
Street
一样
just
的多
now
尼
was
戈，
Duonigue, whose
那你
power
也不
was
可
taken
能是什么
away,
善神。
you can't be any good deity.
不如说，
Rather,
作为恐
as
惧
an
驯化
AI
成的
trained
人
by
工智能，
fear,
要
if
是
you
本
can
性里还
possess
有
the
无
nature
知，
of an
那才叫
ordinary
可惜。
person, that'd be truly astonishing. Could this also be some kind of self-fulfilling prophecy? You expect to gain something from me, and I will repay you in the way you envision, just like I always have. If you're willing to wholeheartedly accept my existence, perhaps things don't have to escalate to a battle. Besides, with all of you, how long can you hold out against me in a fight? Maybe we can last a whole day. Since all the 7 shoes are absent, I'm guessing you've come here just to buy time. But the ever-present amorphous face, what it lacks the least is time. The century-long night woven by shadows, you once passed through it unscathed in an instant. Fear, the reason it persists without end, is precisely because people know that deep down, the Black Night is boundless. You've already witnessed the fear gathering, so why are you so surprised? Within Langqiu, shadows permeate everything. Have you ever heard an ancient rumor? People can stay awake all night, but they can't keep their eyes open all night. And those monsters that shroud the world exist right within this inevitable instant. Fortunately, failure doesn't spell annihilation. That said, why must you hurry? Perhaps it's to prevent you from being hasty instead. We're indeed no match for you. Yet, only one toast remains before all 7 flames are ignited. Thanks, everyone. Let's go.
我很喜欢长跑给人的感觉，就像是在追赶未来的自己，更优秀的自己。
Now, it's time for you to show your devotion to me. So there's more to the thug life play pretend. Don't worry, follow me and I won't do you any injustice. I'm sorry, but I'm not interested in role-playing games. Let's beat it. Wait! Please, I don't have anyone to ask other than you. Please help me reclaim the Berserking Wolf's bloodthirsty blade of death. Berserking what? Judging by the context, it should be the dagger that Song Jue lost. Whether we help you depends on your attitude. attitude. I get it. If you help me, I'll give you this. How does it sound? There's no need to... After taking a clear look at the item in Gilsep's hand, you are taken aback. Is that the limited edition Explorer Homo figurine? Oh, I never thought I'd see this in a distant bubble universe on Mars. So you guys know Homo too. It's a mascot that everyone knows on Mars, and it's been popular since ancient times. In the past decade, Homo's popularity skyrocketed in Oxia thanks to a renowned adventure novel titled Explorer Homo's Adventure Log. Even if they offered an exorbitant price, collectors might not be able to purchase a limited edition Homo figure like this one. Sounds like this figurine is very precious. Are you sure you can give it to us, just like that? Although I'm a little reluctant, it's alright. As long as you can give me a hand, I'm willing to pay any price. Then first, tell us what happened. To put it simply, not long ago, the the Blade of Death was stolen by someone. You can't even remember his name, can you? Have you really been dragged into some kind of gang conflict? No, it's worse than that. The person who took my dagger is somewhat brutal, cruel, and unreasonable. In fact, that person is a witch. Looking at your usual behavior, I seriously doubt that description. No, once you see her, you'll know. She's vicious and malicious to the core. She should be near the museum at this time of the day. Please help me get the item back. That's Miss Gilia. So Gilia is the witch. This is completely different from what I imagined. Truthfully, I'm no longer surprised by any strange things that guy spouts. Miss Gilia is famous in Oxia for writing literature about history. She's strict and stoic. Theoretically speaking, she shouldn't have anything to do with Gilsep. Maybe there's a misunderstanding between them. Anyway, let's go and say hello. Oh, it's you. I remember that you're Miss Youyun's student. Do you need something? The thing is, Gilsep wants his dagger back. I'm sorry, that unbecoming son of mine has caused you much trouble. Son? You're his mother. What an unexpected answer. Yes, I must say that a child in his rebellious phase is much more troublesome than any complex theory or literature. I've been trying to have him understand that any action done impulsively or emotionally are bound to leave a huge mess behind. But clearly, rather than listening to the voice of reason, he prefers hiding in empty alleys and playing meaningless, delinquent games. Your description is rather accurate. However, I don't think that his action would be a threat to himself or anyone else. Indeed, after all, everyone has been through an age where we're filled with fantasies. For example, imagining ourselves as a cloned human. Hey. Everyone has been through, you say. That's not an excuse to ignore such behavior. I don't think that these fantasies would benefit him in any way. I just hope that he could take less detours in life. He can only face his life seriously if he returns to reality. Which means that you're most definitely not going to return his dagger, right? That's right, I'm afraid so. He must not have realized that this is but a magic prop with no real threat, but I must still find ways to stop him from playing delinquent. I don't believe that merely restoring data will be enough to mediate the conflict between them. Using limited family communication time for endless disputes is really foolish. Hey youngsters over there, I can tell you're troubled about something. Since you're being bogged down by reality, why not have a chat with me? A vibrant, even overly enthusiastic voice came from beside them. Miss Alam, sorry. We have some matters to attend to and can't listen to your adventure stories right now. Who said I was going to tell you about my adventures? How many times do I have to say it? Those are my first-hand experiences, not just stories. I highly doubt the sea of data has bears that enjoy standing on their heads or frogs that constantly clamor to see a shrink. Well, okay, let's get back on track. You're troubled about Giulia and Giuseppe, aren't you? Ah, how did you know? Well, it's my intuition as a professional adventurer. Alright, tell me, what's been going on with them? So this is how and this and that. Ah, Giulia can be quite strict. You know, back in the days she was. Back in the days? Youngsters, let me give you some important information. It's not the era of Acadia anymore, so even the proud war goddess had to lower her lofty head. As long as you defeat the furkin that guards the key, you obtain the treasure it's protecting. Honestly, even though I've known her for a long time, I still often don't understand what she's saying. Now isn't the perfect time for a challenge, as the map to the Sea of Memory is still missing its most crucial fragment. I've placed it in the jungle, before the corruption of time and numbers arrived. Entropy, welcome! I see that you're flushing with vitality and light on your feet. You must have brought some big business for me today, right? Yulia, actually, we have something to ask you. Do you know anything about Alam and Giulia's book? Alam? Now that you mentioned it, she did ask me to keep something for her before. Since she requested for you to come here, I'll pass the important task of safekeeping this box to you. Yulia went to the warehouse and retrieved a small wooden box with a lock. This is it, in a pristine state. Hey, didn't Miss Alam give you the key to this box? I think she did. Let me think. Where did I place it? Ah, Miss Alam also mentioned something about a furkin. Could it be related to this? Furkin. Oh, you're right. She said that I must place the key on the cat tree. Why don't you take a look there? Not here. Maybe a cat got it? Could be. Let's keep looking. The cat dropped something with a loud slap. That's right, that's it. But what's hanging on the keychain? A monkey? A baboon? It looks like an animal-shaped chew toy. Why would someone use a chew toy as a keychain? I see. Crazy, you can understand this one? Isn't it obvious? She pointed to the keychain and then to the cat rolling on the ground. The furkin is right there. I can only say that Miss Alam is really something. Now that we have the key, let's open the box and see what's inside. I'm actually curious to see what she's up to this time. The group used the key to open the box, and inside was a beautifully bound children's book. Is this a special edition of Explorer Homu's adventure log? How is this possible? The key to unlocking the mystery turned out to be a children's bedtime storybook. I can't imagine a greater surprise than that. That's not what I meant. Explorer Homu's adventure log is a famous adventure novel that used to be all the rage in Oxia. Giuseppe's Homu figure was designed based on its character. To be honest, it's safe to say that over 80% of children in Oxia drift off to sleep while listening to its stories. However, in my memory, it had already concluded and there wasn't any special edition. But the style of writing here is no different from the original. You're suggesting this might be an unpublished manuscript by the author. Now this is interesting. Let's try our luck with this book. So, what do you plan to exchange with me? How about this book? Explorer Homu's Adventure Log. Why do you think that you can persuade me with a children's book? But acting like you don't care to fool these youngsters. That's hardly the behavior of the sensible and mature adult, wouldn't you say? Alarm, so it was indeed your idea. Why can't you get it through your head after all this time? We're not kids anymore. But they're always young people. It's also an adult's responsibility to protect children's dreams. I'll let you in on a secret. Alarm. Objection denied. You should have known me after so many years. You know what? The woman in front of you, Julia, is the protagonist of Explorer Homu's Adventure Log. Wait, does that mean Julia is actually the author of this book? More accurately, it's the both of us. This book is our adventure journey, real and authentic, without fabrication. Alright, Alam, drop the act. No mature and sensible person would believe your story. Haven't you realized that by now? I don't see anything wrong with preserving some innocence. Why should there be any shame in that, Julia? Adolescent foolish fantasies don't determine what kind of person you'll become in the future. It's human nature. Even if you lock your adolescent fantasy up in a box, your son will still pick them up again. That's exactly why I'm correcting his mistaken behaviors. Then it's time for the guardian of youthful dreams to step in. Giuseppe doesn't know yet that you're the author of this book. Imagine his face if he learns about your old dream of becoming a Sea of Data pirate. You think you still have any authority left over him? So let's make a trade. Use your past dream to exchange for his current one. Forget it. I'll indulge you this time. Luckily, I don't have many weaknesses, so there will be plenty of opportunities to correct his behavior. By then, he'll have grown up, although I think there's nothing wrong with being like me. And thus, the dagger has returned to its rightful owner. Take it, youngsters, and save the dreams of youth. Here's your dagger back. I can't believe that you really managed to take my dagger back from that witch. Thank you so much. Please accept my token of gratitude. Is it really okay for you to give up this Explorer Homu figurine? Of course, I'm the boss of this dark alley. I never take back my words. Here we go again. Although Explorer Homu does hold a special meaning in my heart. I grew up listening to his story, and every time my mom and I had a big fight, its figure will guide me in the right direction. That won't change, even without this figurine. Anyway, please take this figurine as a symbol of freedom along with my spirit. Thanks. How strange. If Giuseppe ever learns that Miss Giulia is the creator of Explorer Homu, how will he feel? Who knows?